What is up, you bunch of fishy-looking mother fishers? This is OBB, the diecast news guy, and this next diecast I'm about to show you is on a driver who I am in great support of, is going to be making another year in the NASCAR Cup Series. He's back and better than ever. This is going to be the long-awaited diecast review of my boy Martin Truex Jr. in his 2023 Bass Pro Shops Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing. Now I know there's probably going to be some people like, oh god, we got ourselves a biased diecast reviewer, so of course he's going to recommend this, but I will give you guys the fine details and try not to be as biased as possible, because this is I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's a fucking amazing paint scheme, dude. I mean, anybody who's a big fan of a certain driver that I don't know if we should mention anymore, but if you're familiar with the number 9 Bass Pro Shops and Xfinity Series, then this might ring a bell. But anyways, let's go and start off the diecast review and the official unboxing of the Martin Truex Jr. 2023 Bass Pro Shops Toyota Camry. And alrighty, you bunch of ass pro shop. Oh wait, that appropriate what I just said. But anyways, we got this diecast out of the box, and yeah, dude, this is so freaking cool, man. I waited so long for this diecast, and I kept saying, oh my god, so many Bass Pro Shops cars came out, which, by the way, if you guys are enjoying this right now, stay tuned for a double diecast review of the Bass Pro Shops diecast for the Xfinity Series, not from Noah Gragson, but with Josh Berry and Dale Earnhardt Jr., so, heck, and also shout out to, another YouTuber as well that's known for, the NASCAR Racing Podcast, Danny B Talks. I know he's a big fish head, so I decided to go in and out and give him a shout, because, heck, every time I see a fish, I'll probably just think of that, but, yeah, but anyways, get back to this diecast, guys. I will have to say, this is pretty cool. As you guys see right here, I mean, this has pretty much the same exact color scheme as Noah Gragson's pretty iconic 9 Bass Pro Shops car from Junior Motorsports in the Xfinity Series. Yeah, this is definitely where the inspiration came from, because you got that true timber camo, and the Black Rifle Coffee sponsorship on the other side, which are all sponsors with Noah Gragson's car, but that's the reason why we got this camouflage in the background to represent the true timber camo. And it's got that metallic silver, which looks freaking badass, the bright yellow and the bright day-glow orange. But how can we forget about how absolutely freaking dominant the driver of this machine is? Martin Truex Jr. Compared to the absolutely just downright disappointing and bad luck season he had from last year, coming off now with what, like 3 wins and a Clash win, and he's probably pretty close to be the points leader. He probably might be the points leader as we speak, but I'm uploading this before the Richmond race, so who the hell knows. But as you can see, this shit's already dated, but whatever keeps you guys entertained on these diecast reviews. But yeah, when this car first got leaked, and it was at a low-res pic, I will have to say, it was like at this angle, and it was like all dark and shit. I was like, oh, what the hell happened? This paint scheme looks like shit. But it was a low-res picture, so I kind of overreacted there. But then when they finally made the release of this, I was like, holy shit. I mean, I did cheer for Noah Gragson in the Xfinity Series a few times, because I did met him at Watkins Glen. Really, really nice guy. And when I saw this, I was like, well, I mean, I've always been a Truex fan, but this really just grew my interest, because it's like, all right, Noah Gragson and now Martin Truex Jr., this is pretty fucking cool, man. But probably not the appropriate time to say that now, but that's what it was back then before the controversy with Gragson. But this Bass Pro Shops car, man, just absolutely kicks ass. I mean, literally, like, if you take the B away from Bass Pro Shops, this thing is not ass, it is more badass. But god damn, dude, I love this thing, man. But like I said, Martin Truex Jr. has been absolutely dominant in this car, guys, as we're getting to the fine details right here. Just beautiful diecast. Of course, if you guys picked up the metal chassis version, this car came out a little bit more earlier. That's just how the diecast market is now. But when Martin Truex Jr. raced this car for the first time at the Clash, it wasn't a different car like he raced, at last year's Clash. That damn 50th anniversary logo that's on the freaking Wave 4 NASCAR Authentics car. So I should get that car, but I don't want to. But don't want to talk about that shit, because we're looking at a good quality diecast. Martin Truex Jr. was able to start this year off on a high note, winning at the LA Clash. I was like, okay, that's good, but I just still didn't got my hopes up. So I was like, okay, him and James Small kind of worked things out. And yeah, then all of a sudden, Dover came, and that was on, you guys know Martin Truex Jr., man. I mean, you might as well call him, Monday morning Martin Truex Jr., because goddamn, this guy got 2 of his wins on a Monday morning. with Dover and New Hampshire. And then he also, got that win at Sonoma, back to, kicking ass. I mean, Martin Truex Jr. is back. He is back and better than ever. And it just kind of I don't know, like, everything kind of, like, on the left, like, what I was trying to say is that, like, I don't know, my stomach was feeling kind of weird when I heard that Truex was still didn't have any contract negotiations. I'm like, come on, Truex can't do this, man. I understand, his longtime girlfriend, Sherry Pollux, which, they broke up, like later last year. That definitely probably took a toll for him, but maybe that's what kept him motivated. I mean, he's a lot more aggressive. He's willing to take more chances now. I mean, he's not like Logano. He won't, flat out, be aggressive and wreck people, but I mean, Logano's a two-time champion, but I know it sounds like I'm all over the place, man, but what I'm trying to say is that Martin Truex Jr. is more than motivated than ever to come back and kick ass in the Cup Series. And that's what he's done. That's what he's done, man. This driver, man, just still has it. I mean, usually you would think someone in their 40s, kind of like what's been going on with Harvick and many other notable NASCAR drivers who have retired or, stepped away from racing. They usually, I don't know, don't really do well when they're in their mid-40s or so. And Truex is getting there. He is getting there. But he's going to be back for another year, man. And this could be a guy. I mean, I know the playoffs are absolutely unpredictable, but if he can survive all the chaos that the playoff has, we can see this guy being the championship four. It's not guaranteed, but if he keeps the momentum, and like I said, if he's willing to take chances and show some aggression, or get lucky like Seabell did last year, then we could probably see Martin Truex Jr. fight for a second title, which has been long overdue. But getting on to now the fine details of this, man, this is so cool, man. This is just how because like the last few years, they basically just took like the Bass Pro Shops car that we all know and love, like from like when he first came on board with JGR, and they just made slight changes. They had a black number one year, a white number the other year, then they added, some more orange, shapes and sizes. Here, this was like mostly like a rebrand, and I like it. I like it a lot. Don't get me wrong, I like the black on the Bass Pro Shops car, but this right here is much needed because, man, this thing looks good under the lights. It looks, it looks good on a road course. I mean, this is so cool. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, I don't really like it. I mean, I can only see one reason why people might not like this, because I think the yellow does protrude out a little bit. I mean, they're kind of like the half-colored pillars like Henrik did. So that does look kind of tacky and wacky, but it still looks pretty nice, man. Again, that true timber camo just comes off the camera really cool, and you can see that right there, guys. I mean, this does not have a foil number, but it has a very cool metallic outline around the 1 and the 9. Just so much going on, guys. Some people might say this might be too overcomplicated, but getting on to his 2022 car, I almost said 2021 again. Goddamn, I just want to forget about 2022 because diecast quality was so bad. I mean, it still kind of is this year, but we don't really have we do have a diecast that's, kind of wobbly, but not as bad as that Noah Gragson car. But as you guys can see what I mean? I mean, how many times have we seen the black and orange Bass Pro Shops car, even dating back to his championship years? So this was a much-needed rebrand. It kind of reminds you of like the camouflage that Gene McMurray used to have on his number one Bass Pro Shops car. So I'm glad they went back with the camo, man. That is something that Bass Pro has kind of missed. They kind of brought it back a few times with Austin Dillon, but never really much with Truex. But this is the real deal, man. This car looks so cool. I don't even think I even want a paint scheme change for next year. I mean, if Truex ends up running this car for the rest of his career until he retires, I'm fine by it, because the silver and the camouflage, it works. Compared to this. Don't get me wrong, I like this, but just it's getting a little dated now. I will say that. Speaking of that, I mean, I never really did a good analysis on the hood levers, but you see, I swear the hood levers have absolutely changed compared to 2022 to 2023. Personally, I don't mind the Toyota hood levers. I think it's probably actually one of the first, this might be actually one of the first Toyotas actually I'm reviewing on this channel, so decided to point that out, but those hood levers still look pretty nice. But we still have the red outline, or the red, rectangle on the Toyota Camry, or not Toyota, basically what I'm trying to say is that, yeah, this is a Toyota Camry, but the red outline, it's not on the banner. I think it is supposed to be there, but, anything to cut costs, because otherwise these things will be even more if we keep asking for details. But getting sidetracked on that, I know these this is going to be another longer diecast review, but I really love this car, man. I think you guys should probably go out and get it. We're probably going to see this car in NASCAR Authentics, but got a good feeling it's going to be on probably the crappy mold. But we'll see what happens. But feel free to comment below what you guys have to say about this car, as this is going to wrap it up right here for the diecast review of Truex Jr.'s 2000. And wow, this car does not want to focus. Holy Lord. And is that burnt rubber? No, it's just my damn gloves. But this is going to wrap up the diecast review of Truex Jr.'s 2023 Bass Pro Shops Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing. Comment, subscribe, and I don't know. Let's go fishing, y'all.